So this is the landscape of the actual Star Wars Legion. They do set them up on boards. It's something similar to Dungeons and Dragons. I really like the way my friend Ethan, he actually paints all of these. He does the models, and he has a really cool layup. So you want to station up your guys. They can get on top of buildings. They can do commands. Obviously, the clone troopers, if they're together, they actually get more points to deal damage to your opponent. If they're together in a squad, they're gonna be more effective. In this situation here, the guys are using the building as cover. They can take commands from one guy. You can split them up. Some of them will be in range. Some of them won't be in range. So it's a really hardcore strategy game that you really have to be calculated in your decisions. If you want to advance, if you want to take cover, if you want to be defensive, or you want to be proactive, everything's all up to you. And it's really random, the situations that you're going to get into. And it also, like, it depends on the actual card, the piece itself, what its skill is, what its ability is, how strong it is. Obviously, if you run into a Sith Lord, you're going to be in deep trouble because they have very cool special abilities, as I was like checking out earlier with the Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi. I really like the detail of all the pieces themselves. Everything's been done to the actual tiniest detail, but you can tell the quality of the actual paint, how they paint them, how they made them look very distinct, and everything brings this actual field to life. When I was watching these guys play this, it was like me actually being in a battlefield, because they were really commanding their troops to go for the win. None of them wanted to go for a lose or anything like that, but it takes a lot of strategy. I really admire the way that they paint it, how they get all their things together, their strategies of like having one of the actual clone troopers go alone, and then they join them up with like a team of other clone troopers. Just once they join up with another group, they become more powerful and they're more effective. That's one of the characteristics of these clone troopers. It's one of the reasons that I kind of want to. I'm leaning more to getting actual clone troopers, and they're more trained instead of the actual stormtroopers. So they're more accurate when they're shooting. That's a plus. But you got on the other side, you got Mortarman from the actual stormtroopers. They got Darth Vader on their team. And these Mortarman, they're taking precise hit. And it's one Mortarman on the other side. You get your clone troopers. They're deciding on like where to go. You got your stormtroopers. They're no joke either. They're coming in for a kill. They got Mortarmans on top of an actual building, and he's taking precise shots and taking out the stormtroopers. But the advances are on both sides. But who is smarter on actually using the actual surroundings, using their buildings, using whatever cover they have? If they join up their teams together to give them more points, is the Jedi gonna defeat the Sith Lord, or are the actual stormtroopers just gonna take out and run? Or maybe they're running to take a better defensive position behind cover, because that is a bottleneck. They don't want to get bottlenecked into a section, but at the same time, that section that they're bottlenecked into is providing them cover, unless the actual mortarman can actually hit over that position. But at the same time, they might actually have a ceiling cover, but they can see the enemy from one section, so they're going to advance and they're going to take a building on the other side, and they're going to push for it. Now here's where one side is rolling.
And
Just
and they
one.
surge.
And they surge, yep.
Yep. And gotta
So-
remember. So he gets one hit. So 2. So no cover bonus, no aim, so we're not gonna re-roll anything. So the clone troopers are gonna roll.
So you're gonna roll 2, and
Are the reds more powerful?
Yeah, they're the best ones. Alright, so
one hit. You have surges, but
you can use Obi-Wan.
And then that's how it goes. Back to the Mortarman. We got the Mortarman like really trying to like take out everybody on the other team. The other team is really defending as well, but the stormtroopers, they're not letting up. they're still gonna try to take the city. So this is a game both of strategy. It comes down to a little bit of luck, really coordinated with your troops. One of them got taken out. They use these little meter sticks to actually measure, see if somebody's within striking distance. Every one of them has a different striking distance or a different ability of how they can strike and kill the other opponent. But yeah, they're taking their stance. Nobody wants to go home with an L. So being the last part of the actual game itself, everybody's taking their stance. It's the final battle. It seems to be the final battle. Everybody's taking a defensive position. Everybody's either on multiple fronts. If one of their fronts is getting attacked, the other one's wide open. So it goes vice versa. If they can divide their teams from doing multiple attacks, they can do multiple attacks, but they're not as effective as if they were attacking just one single section and taking out guys. At the same time, the guys that they're attacking could be defending. They can also run away. They can go into cover. They can join up with other troops. And just the game itself is very complex. It's very interesting. The pieces look amazing. The quality of it is just insane. The platform and how it's played with actual figures, it's really interesting. And the combinations of what teams or what people you can pick is almost endlessly.